on Utopia podcast. The party, having run into Ziba's parents while trying to get the Satyr woman in their bag of holding to the carousel court, split ways. Godfrey and Morgus heading back towards the houseboat, while Livy, Scylla, and Ziba make their way back to the court. They get there, exchanging information with Weaver, and Scylla and Ulu speaking to one another before they all head to bed in their respective ways. Godfrey and Morgus meet on the boat and decide to go out for dinner, the Drunken Stump. And that is where we find the party.
Godfrey and Morgus at the Drunken Stump. Your dinner is brought to you. It's been about 10 or 15 minutes on a plate made of wood that is burnable when it's done. And the music is still going. It's a jolly, hearty, drunken time for other folks in the inn.
Well, this looks wonderful. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
I will...
It's like a roasted eggplant with a side salad and chips.
Excellent. I think Morgus will fork over some coin, a little extra for a tip.
Yeah. It's just like 3 copper and whatever extra you want to throw in.
I'll give him like 4 silver, so keep the difference.
Cool.
I think Morgus will just kind of grab it, maybe kind of bundle it up a little bit with a spare cloth or something. Kind of look up at Godfrey. All right. It's awfully cheery in here. But I don't need to eat here. So why don't we go and go home? Or find some other place.
It's up to you. It's seems like quite the event to miss out on.
It's getting fairly late. It's about like 10:30 at this point.
Morgus is just kind of look around. It's nice, but I think I'd prefer some quiet. Been quite the day.
Sounds good.
All right, you all head back to the houseboat. It's very clear. The moon is still bright in the sky, as I've said. You can see lots of stars. Not a rain cloud in sight. The breeze is a little cool, and of course there's the salty air. The ocean.
Morgus is just gonna probably find, oh gosh, I don't know, a barrel, a pile of rope, you know, kind of make a little makeshift eating spot. And look up while he eats. How's this sketchbook coming along? I know that wasn't really something I asked for, but what you working on?
I've just been writing down some sketches, you know. It's refreshing to the mind.
Morgus just kind of slowly nods. Good. That's That's the point.
Yeah. It's mostly helpful.
I'm glad to hear that.
I'm sorry, when you asked that, did you mean that you wanted to look at some of the things I've been
No,
sketching?
that's completely up to you. I was just curious.
Oh.
Just curious.
All right. Maybe I'll just keep it to myself.
Sure. That's all right. Although there is, are there any torches or lanterns on the boat that are lit?
If you all lit them, I don't think Godfrey would need them, but
I wouldn't
You
really
wouldn't,
need them
Marcus.
either. I've got dark vision as well. I think Morgus.
In clear night,
Yeah.
mostly full moon, probably good.
Yeah, I think Morgus is gonna just kind of look around a little bit, find something. Is there like a few oh gosh. Like at the end of the rope, is there like a few little threads that are like fraying off of it that I can just like pull from it for like a tiny bit of something?
yeah, of course.
Awesome. So Morgus will just kind of pull from that and set aside his food a little bit, and he'll, I don't know, maybe twiddle with them, make a little braid out of them, and then he'll start to like rub it between his fingers and summon a little bit of a firebolt or prestidigitation just to like light it a little bit, and then he'll sort of like gently toss it in the air. And as he does so, some of that like nebulous gold will just sort of swirl around it, and it's going to be this, like it'll ignite, but he'll take the fire and it's got this like kind of silvery light to it, and then he'll spin it and shape it into this like almost a bubble of fire. You can kind of see into it. And then he's going to start just manipulating it. He's going to start going through and making images in the flames, mostly just silhouettes and shapes. And as he does so, he's going to start talking about some of the memories that he's had. Some of the nice ones, you know, being by the lake, and he'll talk about the teacher, the professor, the mage a bit with Godfrey, and he'll just kind of share that with this makeshift visual in this silvery fire.
And Godfrey will just watch, just captivated.
Great. You can settle in for a long rest. It's not good sleep, but you successfully take a long rest. That's a great question for you to answer.
It's like a normal sleep.
Yeah. Livy, I assume you knock on Ziba's door. Ziba, you have had ample amount of time to eat sandwich, cookies, and drink some milk if you would have done so.
I have eaten a lot of them, but I'm also hoarding them and hiding under the bed.
You're hiding under the bed?
Yes.
Okay, there's no
Hey.
answer then when you knock on the door, Livy.
It's Livy. Can I come in?
You get no answer.
Listen, I understand you're really stressed right now. A lot has happened. But we need to talk. I'm gonna open the door, okay?
You still get no answer.
I open the door.
All right, the room looks empty. Ziba, give me a stealth check. Hide and seek, baby.
That is rough. That's a 19 plus 3, so 22.
You were under the bed, which is in the corner, shoved up against the wall, all the way back against the wall. You even packed like blankets around you so you couldn't be found from the outside. Olivia, give me a perception check or investigation if you think he would like rummage around.
I don't think he is. He knows she's in here.
Mhm.
So he's just gonna sit down on the bed. If you want to come out, it's fine. If you want to stay in there, that's fine. I'm going to talk for a bit. Listen.
Tip and nibbles on a cookie.
You hear a tiny little crunch of a cookie.
I'm worried about you. You're in a scary situation. And I think, from what it seems like, you were really starting to think about questions you perhaps have pushed down when these questions have all come up at once. I understand not wanting to deal with painful situations. I don't know what your home life was like. And trust me, for over 40 years, I've not thought about myself or my parents or anything important, and it doesn't get better if you ignore it. Your family's here. They're worried about you. And you can take as long as you need in this room. And I will, no matter what you decide, I'm here for you. I'll advocate for you, regardless of what happens. But there's only so much you can hide. You know? I'll be in my room. You can keep my cloak. And if you want to talk, or even just if you need me, I'll be there. But I'm here for you, okay? Livy pats the bed. And he starts to leave.
Livy? Like right as you leave the room.
He stops. Yeah, I'm here.
Do you like having me around?
Yeah. Zippa?
Am I helpful to you? Am I good at what we do?
Livy closes the door and sits back down. Zippa, yes, just objectively yes, but even if you weren't helpful to me, I would always want you around. You are more than what you can do for other people. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna figure this out. And we're gonna talk about it again tomorrow, okay? Of what you want to say to your parents and your siblings. Is that okay?
I don't have to talk to them tomorrow, do I?
You don't have to talk to them tomorrow. We can talk more if you'd like. Okay?
Okay.
Good night.
Another cookie nibble.
Good night.
All right.
Bye-bye. And he'll get up this time, and he'll close the door.
Great. Siba, you're able to gain the benefits of a long rest. So you tuck in. Livy, same as you tuck into your spot. Godfrey, Morgus, anything else you would like to say or do before you also tuck in for a long rest on the houseboat?
From your memories, these ones that you've just shown me, Morgus, is there anything you've been able to connect from them that aren't implicitly in them? Like, are these two, they seem somewhat connected, right? With the students and the...
Well, I suppose the elements that stand out are that the students, the colours, the uniform, it's a consistency. There's, and he kind of looks down. This means something. He'll think a little bit.
Is that what you looked for at the Bookish Brow? Do you think you could go there and try to find the school colors, or?
Oh, I hadn't thought that far ahead yet. That's a good idea, though. I suppose the only thing that stands out is at least in the most recent one, sort of in a swamp. That reminds me of Bulmilda. So that might also be something to look for. In correlation with schools, with these colours.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought that far ahead. Sort of, I don't know if I know what to do with this yet. I just want more of it. I think.
All right. You don't have to know exactly what you want with it. And it seems like it's coming as time passes, so...
Aye.
Maybe... Is this quicker than usual, though?
Yeah, what?
Sorry, I didn't mean to make you think of it. You don't have to.
No, I'm just noticing some things. I think it's not just that it's quicker than usual, but it's quicker and quicker. The more I delve into it, the easier it's coming, the more it's coming. I feel like if I set it aside, it might not come, or it could very well get triggered and come on its own without effort. But I don't know if I've said this out loud, but after I talked about my for those people, and once more after, he kind of gives a weird, like, squinty eyebrow raised look. And after I think I might have been visited by Maya in the night. It's sort of a blessing. As a response I don't expect, and that's a deep sense of guilt and betrayal. Regarding
Interesting.
Maya, and I don't know what that means. I don't even know if I could begin to unravel it other than I don't know. mean, it could be a hint at
We
some
don't-
sort of connection to divinity. Perhaps
Could be.
perhaps there's something about a school worship, or... And he kind of almost crosses his eyes a little bit as he says that. At this point, it all feels like conjecture.
Yeah. And it is getting late. For you, I suppose.
Ah,
Kept you up quite a
That's
bit of
right.
time. Maybe sleep on it, and if you want, we could explore it a little bit more tomorrow after we go back to Mel's and give them a piece of our mind.
yes. Yes, Mel's is going to be interesting. All right. I think I'll turn in.
Okay, sleep well.
Likewise. And he'll, as he goes off to the captain's cabin, he'll just sort of like twirl his index finger a little bit, and there's like from that faint silvery orb, it will turn gold a little bit and just sort of like pop like a bubble, and Bitsy will flutter out of it and settle on your shoulder.
I appreciate the gesture, but I would like maybe just some time to myself tonight.
Sure. He snaps his fingers and she just into nebulous gold mist and then reappears on his shoulder.
Violent.
It's aggressive, but very entertaining every time.
He kind of looks over at Bitsy, and I think Bitsy like gives him some squinty eyes and like half pulls away. Oh, don't worry, I won't. No, that's fine. I know. That's enough. And then as he walks away, she just once more
Yeah.
goes to bed.
You settle in the captain's quarters. Godfrey, as you do what you would like to do rather than sleeping, at some point in the middle of it, a crow lands on the forward railing of the boat. Just kind of turns its head at you.
What Godfrey's been doing before he takes his 4 hours of staring off into nothing, after he's waited long enough to know that Morgus would be asleep, he's just been having the shadows consume his hands and then letting them go away and then bringing them back as the crow lands.
Crow turns his head again. Just sits there, looking at you.
We'll take out the sketchbook and begin sketching it.
Kind of puffs up, looks towards the moon, points its beak in that direction.
Mystic, can I add one thing?
Yeah.
Rewind. As Livy leaves the room,
Mm-hmm.
I would like Ziba to kind of shuffles from her blanket fort underneath the bed to just the edge where there's a little bit of light. And with kind of a tear-streaked face, will pull out this crumpled letter
Mm.
from her family and begin to unfold it.
Yeah,
You don't gotta tell me what it says right now.
I can. It's very simply, it's you don't want me to tell you what it says? Or you do?
Not really. I kind of want to sit on it for a week.
Okay, that's fine.
So mean.
Everyone, the crow
Oh, no.
doesn't leave Godfrey. And you end up having to do your staring into space, knowing that the crow is there.
I want to write something down on a piece of paper and roll it up and hand it to the crow. Attach it to its foot.
How? it says. So you try to grab
Pal?
it. Yeah. Hands off, pal.
Apologies.
Psst, hey, come here. No, I'm not here to tell you anything new about dice. You know, they're weirdly collectible, they're totally necessary, they're crucial aspects of gameplay that you just never seem to have enough of. But I do want to tell you about our new partnership that all of you could benefit from. Look, Ogopogo Gaming is a 100% women-owner, queer-owner dice and gaming company out of Philly, and they've offered to give all Utopia viewers 10% off online orders. Just visit ogopogogaming.com. That's OGOPOGO gaming.com and use promo code UTOPIA, that's UTOPIA, at checkout. You'll get 10% off your dice and you'll be supporting us. It's so cool. It's awesome. Now go get some dice and roll them. Oh, hell yeah, it's a 19. Let's go.
While Godfrey and Morgus and Scylla and Ed rest, we find Ziba in a room in the carousel court, sitting on the floor, the note in her hands. Do you want me to make this note public knowledge?
I don't know. I'm really enjoying watching them squirm right now.
You're so mean. You're so mean.
Yeah, we can make it public knowledge.
The note reads in kind of scrawled, messy, almost masculine handwriting. Ziba, we're glad you are well. We love you. We're coming to get you. And that's it.
Can't even sign it. Well, I guess now it makes sense why there's only one letter. There's never been one to say more than a few words.
Right around this time,
I think Simba's just gonna curl up with that letter and fall asleep under the bed.
you grab the letter, you crumple it, you hold it close to your heart as you wiggle back into your fort. And just as you're about to pull the blanket off the edge of the bed to kind of get it in place for your fort to be hidden by the blankets underneath, you see this soft, glowing shimmer of boots covered in armor begin to form from your view.
Is this a familiar shimmer, or is this like I'm in danger shimmer?
You remember it after a minute. I think at first there's probably like a jolt of fear, but then it reminds you of the glow of your ancestors when they come to aid you in battle.
It's a dwarf one.
Seem larger than dwarf feet.
Okay.
Going to continue to hide?
Well, I don't really know if I can have a conversation with one, so I'm just gonna watch it.
You see its
It's
feet.
got a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. See what they're doing.
You kind of sneak and peek out. You see this tall, fully armored, like full plate mail, half orcish man standing there. He looks rather young. And you instantly recognize this from paintings and drawings as your grandfather. He walks over to the door where your sword is leaning and kind of picks it up. He looks back at the bed in that way that, like, when... Yeah?
He can touch it?
When older people know that, like, kids are watching, you know, but they, like, look back to make sure they're still there, but, like, the kid doesn't really realize that they know, you know? Like, that kind of, like, a check.
I'm hiding behind the, like, curtain and
Yeah,
giggling, but
exactly.
they don't know where I
Gives it,
am.
like, a woof, woof, and you see the entire sword just begin to glow in the same glow that's surrounded by these ancestors. And after kind of giving it a good handle, checking the point, checking the blade for its strength and its point and its sharpness, gently set it back up against the wall next to the door, and they begin to, like, twinkle, fade out in the same way they do after your combat ends.
Well, I'm gonna go check out the sword now. We're not going to bed
Yeah.
after that.
What do?
I guess to just pick it
It's
up.
not
Is it
glowing
still glowing?
anymore.
Does it look see-through like him now, or is
Seems
it just
like the same old sword.
I think I was just gonna hold it, kind of incorrectly, and kind of like look around and be like, "Hey, thanks for not taking it, Gramps." Just set it back down, trying to be more courteous of it now that, like, Ziba thinks, like, oh, shoot, they're, like, watching me, like, just wildly swing this around and almost break it. How many times falling off a roof on top of it and stuff? Oh, it's, like, now it's, like, really, really careful about, like, laying it down and making sure, like, it's not pointing to the ground or, like, digging into anything and, like,
Yeah,
really careful about it. Like, hey, look, I'm taking care of it.
absolutely. Nothing else happens.
Okay, well, I don't know. I don't know. Do that. I think at that, yeah, we're just going to bed. I don't. There's no real way to process that. I'm going, I might be dreaming. Maybe I'm asleep already. I'm tired. I'm emotionally exhausted. Crying is a very exhausting.
Do you crawl
activity.
back into your fort or just sleep
But
in
I
the
think-
bed like you normally would?
I don't know if I want to go through the effort of crawling into my fort, but then I gotta, like, drag all my blankets and pillows out. We're just gonna leave it on the floor. We're just gonna sleep there. Seems the easiest way to get to sleep fast. I think we're a little more easy, though, now, knowing, like, okay, I still have, family around, and they're watching me, they take care of me, and, they're still carrying me from beyond the grade, my family's not gonna be that bad. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna sleep a little easier.
Yeah. You snuggle into your blankets on the floor. As we head over to Godfrey.
Apologies, I wasn't aware I was here with another speaking creature.
Just because animals can't speak to you doesn't mean they don't have consciousness or, thoughts, feelings.
I never expected that they didn't, but typically, you also don't just sit there and stare at me for an hour without an introduction.
I'm not really supposed to be talking to you. You just touched me.
Yeah, I thought you were here to deliver a message.
am!
Or
Take it!
waiting for me to do
Take
something.
it! And he, like, wiggles his little leg out at you from the side of the ship.
I reach out to take what's there.
Ooh, that tickles. You get a little piece of paper untied from the Corvid's foot. As you open it,
Do you have a name?
Garakias.
Your name is Garakias?
Yes.
The same Garakias I already know?
You know Garakias?
I do know a Garakias, but it must be a common name.
What Garakias do you know?
It's not that important.
All right. Well, all right. This didn't happen, okay?
Didn't happen. Why did this not happen?
I don't want to get in trouble with the lady.
I see.
Do you read the note? Or do you wait?
Yeah, I'll read the note.
It says, "New friend, I hope you're enjoying the gifts I've bestowed upon you. Grow in strength. Grow in loyalty. It's what we need. Erebus." Adios, sir. The crow flies away.
Can you tell something to the lady? Never mind.
All right. Does a little gliding on the wind as some rain begins to be pushed into town off the ocean. The drops starting slowly and then beginning to fall harder. How does Godfrey spend his evening?
You will... A little perturbed. You will spend it looking out at the ocean and remembering.
Remembering. Do you want to share any of those memories?
Not for now.
Okay. The sun rises. Livy and Godfrey, the first to rise as always, needing none or little sleep. Morgus is probably next. But Livy, what would you like to do in the court?
Not a lot of people are awake, right?
Nope. You find Linus reading by candlelight in the library. And you see Fern kind of fiddling with
I'm
plants,
guessing-
the other elves around.
I'm guessing I had to give back the map that I got the bookstore.
Yes. Mhm.
Or did I?
You copied
on-
it, though.
Okay. Yes, I did. In that letter I got, how far away from it is here?
Yeah, good question. You would know that Mentinos is the farthest eastern province of Rickmonish. And it's probably about a month to 6-week journey there from where you are currently.
Okay. Well, with that, I think Livy's going to spend the rest of his morning going over the evidence that we've compiled over these gods and all of the letters that we have. I'm just trying to piece stuff together. Maybe see what the next god is that's being targeted, because that seems to be a thing that's going on right now.
Morgus, you wake To find Godfrey where? Still looking out at the waves in the rain?
Maybe pacing a little bit, drawing in his notebook.
He's drenched head to toe.
Yeah. I think Morgus, having slept in the captain's quarters, pushes open the door, the deck, and checks out the rain up above a little bit. Goes back inside for a second. Comes back with a bit of fabric sort of tied around his head and under his chin. Like a little hood bandana thing. And steps out. Looks a little silly, but works. You look restless.
Oh, you look a little silly.
Aye.
I suppose we both have a look about us. Do you know where we would meet? I kind of expected them to return here last night, and no one did.
I had a different expectation, actually. I didn't expect them to return here. But no, I don't know where to meet them. I suppose we have frequented the stump. We've been to the mirror room, Bookish Brow. There's also the park. Take a little jaunt about town and see if we stumble into them. But is there anything on your agenda? Anything you'd like to get done while we're waiting?
While we're waiting, no. But I think we should go take care of what's happening at the castle. Maybe go into town, see if there's more news.
That.
Deal with what happened with Mel's. Get going.
And just go and be some ears in town, gather some information. It's possible that they'd come right back here to the houseboat. So perhaps we should loop around back here at some point.
Sounds good.
Should I leave a note for them? That might be clever. I'll do that. Morgus will just head back inside and just leave a little note saying, Godfrey and I are going to go for a nice walk around town. We'll be back by noon.
Cool.
So.
All right. At this point, Scylla, you wake up the satyr woman in your room with you. The walls almost entirely covered in charcoal at this point. So you've slept a full, 5-6 hours, maybe even 8.
Scylla stretches and is unusually comfortable for how she normally wakes up. And she looks over the woman and checks on her. How's she doing?
She points at one of the drawings. It's just scribbles.
Was I clever? Did I bring up any rations or water or anything last night?
Oh yeah. It's all gone.
Cool. Great. I'm gonna I'll go over to the empty jug and I'll sort of point to it and gesture to the woman and sort of indicate that I'm gonna go for some more and offer my arm if she wants to accompany me and yeah.
She turns her pockets inside out, and raises her hands up into the air like she's throwing snakes still. And then
I love this woman.
Lifts her arm around you.
It's great.
I'll I'll gently just sort of put my hand, I've got like my gauntlets and everything on. I did the thing where I sort of half sleep in like my armor. The bottom half is like joggers.
That's very uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yep. And I'll escort her downstairs.
Great. Yeah. You head down. Livy, at some point, Weaver had stuck by you as you're focused on your books. And as you see Scylla, you realize the smell of like fresh eggs and bread is coming through from the kitchen. Right around the same time Scylla enters the room, Weaver comes in with a pitcher of coffee.
Oh, fantastic. Can I get a cup of that?
Of course. She sets it down with like a little cup of cream and a few mugs in the center. She starts bringing out like just platter after platter of potatoes and bread and eggs, sausages.
I'll sit down and then I'll gesture to the not Medusa and, offer her a seat too and sort of help compile a plate for her.
That's a nat 1 on a intelligence check for her.
Okay.
She's just like, Sah! And starts drawing on the walls some more.
Scylla shrugs and gets to digging into her own plate.
Yeah.
Oh, good morning.
Hey, morning. How'd you sleep? Or how was your night?
It was good. Short, like usual. How about yours? You look uncomfy.
No, I'm good. This is normal for me. It's actually worse when I don't. I think it's like back support.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it was fine. Thanks. Where's Ziba?
Are you awake yet, Sybil?
I think she's still.
I don't know. We got home pretty late, and I had a very long night.
I'm letting her sleep in. It was a big day, and I want her well rested before we talk to her about where we're going forward.
Family can be draining.
Yes. And now that they're here, we can't really avoid them.
Especially not if we're heading that way.
Exactly. Has she drawn anything new, or is it just the same stuff?
I think it's, oh shit, also Weaver. And I'm going to reach into my pocket and pull out a coin purse and just slide it across the table and then turn my direction back to Livy again. I think it's mostly the same. But I'm not really the type of person to determine what meaning is in, art's really not my thing.
No, you're good. Most art is boring.
Most artists are boring,
weird.
but
Actually, the artists are where the fun is at. But, yeah, it's just weird how she's obviously not Medusa. The satyrs were wrong about that. But she knows something.
She's trying to say something, right?
She's trying to say something. And the things she knows about Medusa are so detailed. Like, lust, the revenge thing. Like, the drawings she's representing are just basic aspects about Medusa that she probably knows more than I do, but she can't tell us.
We've got to figure out how to communicate with her.
We have
Another artist? How
maybe we can get...
How do we talk to her?
I wonder if Morgus knows any spells that can, like, read people's minds. Because I tried comprehend language, and she's not speaking a language. She's just confused. Something in her brain is just not wired correctly. Languages are just escaping her right now.
I mean, it's worth a shot. Morgus is a wealth of knowledge.
Are you not going to return her to a hospital where she'll be safe from herself and others?
Oh, we're absolutely going to take her. I don't... What's the one that's not city guard run?
The homestead.
That one.
Because,
yeah.
the guard, yeah, I don't really... All of the guards here, at least from my experience, some of them are nice. Some of them I've noticed have been paid off.
With everything going on at the castle right now, I'd rather take her to the homestead.
Me too. Also, that way we can talk to her if we need to.
Agreed.
I wish I had a spell that could keep track. Oh well.
How's Godfrey?
Quiet. Harmless.
All right.
Confused, I think. What we all are. I don't think he's really talking to us about what's going on. But we can't force him, you know? I think he's harmless. I think he's safe. And I think if he
Would you
thought
meet with
he was
him?
a danger, he would talk to us.
If he can be tracked, I don't want him to come here. But I'll meet with him somewhere
That's
else.
not what I asked, though, Weaver. If we could arrange it, would you?
Sure. At this point, K-pop
All right.
comes around the corner in like full long john pajamas. You can hear the rain like pattering off the like roof of the court. And Weaver just says, "Oh, do you want some coffee?" She pours a mug, and K-pop comes and sits at the table. And she's not a morning person. Her like blonde hair, dwarven stature. She's just like, like drinks the coffee.
Hey,
Morning,
I'm feeling a
K-pop.
bit. Morning, K-pop.
Morning. So you're taking her to the homestead. We learned. Well, we saw someone that could only be the princess moved from her room down to a door we have never seen opened in our time of watching the castle. So, also saw 3 more bodies.
Do you think there's a coup going on?
I don't know what's going on, Livy. At this point, Weaver has taken
Because the king is missing,
the king is missing.
and the princess is insane. So, it seems like there's a coup going on right now.
We're not sure that the king is missing. We just haven't seen him. I mean, the likelihood of us missing him after all this time of watching the castle is small, but not impossible. We're still getting decrees. The war is growing. We've seen infantry and guards beginning to stack. Gahesh got a letter.
But
He's ignoring.
Gosh, got a letter.
Yeah,
For what?
a draft.
Like hell.
I said he's ignoring it.
I think at this point, Zibba's gonna walk downstairs and just start quietly making her breakfast.
oh shit,
No one needs to know I'm here.
I live here. Am I gonna get the draft?
Do they think you qualify for the draft? You're like a 78-year-old
I don't know.
man.
At this point, as we flash over to Godfrey and Morgus, you all hear the town crier on the docks, really close to George. Doesn't take long. Princess kills 3 more! Move to dungeon for safety! Draft letters delivered to thousands across Ebknor.
Oh, hi. That makes me a little uncomfortable.
Which part?
Well, just the boys' tone of voice. Of course, 3 more people dead. That's an alarming rate.
I mean, it stays consistent to what we already knew.
True. It does.
Only we knew what was ailing them. Her.
I just wonder how best to help.
Is Morgus headed to the stump for some breakfast? Or somewhere else?
I think he'd probably capture breakfast. Get back here! No, I think he would probably go to any of the, just the street food stands, probably.
Yeah.
So, just
Cheesy biscuits
yeah.
are available.
I'll take some second-rate cheesy biscuits. It's canonical. It's fine.
Wow.
You all head from the docks to the carts then. There's a little bit of a line. And you see Grok just going to town on swords. There's a pile of freshly made swords and lances and halberds just taking up a large part of the cart district where there used to be tables. And you hear him kind of grumbling under his breath as he does so.
That's also consistent with what we heard. Part of me wants to go ask him a question or two, but I don't want to lose my space in line.
I'll hold your space if you want to go talk to him.
Thank you.
All right. It's this hulking half-orc man just covered in black soot. He's got big old bags under his eyes as he turns to you. How can I help you?
Oh, hey, you're quite the hulking. Hello, I'm Morgus. That's quite... Have you got an order to fulfill? That's just a lot of weapons.
Yeah, we're going to war.
Oh, that's right. I don't get out much. How do you feel about it?
I'd feel better if I had my hammer. Stupid hammer! And he throws it against, like, the forge, the one that he's using.
Do you remember when you last saw your hammer?
It was weeks ago.
Ah.
Someone stole it. And all the money from my register.
Well, that's not very nice.
I know. Placed a bounty, no one's answered it.
Well, I hope someone answers it for you.
Me too.
Yeah, no,
Can I help you with something else? I have a lot of work to do here.
no, I just wanted to come say hello because you're quite, never mind. I'm gonna go back now, bye.
All right. Bye. Hello. Goodbye. My name's Grok. Hammer
Morgus.
Gem, thank you.
Yeah, bye.
Choo, choo. Hulking giant muscles just slamming down on this sword. is it. Thank you so much for listening. Big news in the Autumn News studio front. Our Discord is now public. That's right. Link in the doobly doops, whatever you find information on this episode in on the platform that you are using. We love and appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for making it this far. We hope to see you around. Intro and outro by Nolan Clock. Everything else by myself and the cast. Have a great day.